All right, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to Ohev Shalom Friday night services, and welcome to the friends and family of Gabby Yurovsky. We're so excited to be celebrating your bat mitzvah weekend right now, and so excited to begin our celebrations. Tonight, Gabby will be leading parts of the Kabbalat Shabbat service for us. So we're following along in our blue Sidur Chadash, and we are on page 16. We welcome in Shabbat together with Shalom Aleichem as we welcome in the Shabbat angels of peace. Gabby will lead us. Page 16. Go ahead.
Shalom Aleichem.
Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Ayon, Mi Melech, Malachei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Kadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu L'Shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei. As some of what we might want to leave behind. So we'll turn now together to page 22, to the first of the Psalms of Kabbalat Shabbat. Lechu neranena Adonai, Nariya Letzor Yishenu, Nekad Mafanav Betoda, Bizmirot Nariya Logim. Bottom of the page, 3 lines up. Arba'im shana akedor va'omar am to'e levavem והם לא ידעו דרכי, אשר נשבעתי ואפי עם עיוורון אל מנוחתי. Page 24. I invite us all to join in whatever way we feel so moved, whether it is to sing the words or to hum along or to clap along or just to be present with the music. Page 24. Shiru l'Adonai, shir chadash, shiru l'Adonai, kol haaretz, shiru l'Adonai, baruchu shemo, kasru meyam leyam yeshuato, sapru v'goyim kevodo b'chol ha'amim, nifleotav ki gadol Adonai umhulal me'od norahu al kol Elohim ay ki kol Elohei ha'amim elilim va'Adonai shamayim asa hod v'hadar lefanav oz v'tiferet v'mikdasho havu l'Adonai mishpechot amim havu l'Adonai kavod v'oz havu l'Adonai kevod shemo se'umimcha Chatzrotav, ay, hishtachavu l'Adonai, behadrat kodesh, chlilu mipanav, kol haaretz, muvagoyim, Adon mesharim, yismechu hashamayim, v'tagel haaretz, ay, amaya. Ay, az yiranenu kolatze yar lifnei Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel betzedek ve'yamim ve'emunato yamai dai yai As we continue through the journey of our week, we can take just a few moments to notice our bodies, get comfortable in our seats, roll our shoulders back a little bit, take a few deep breaths. And we'll turn ahead to the poem Lecha Dodi, which we recite each week to welcome greet the Shabbat bride. 40. Fourth verse on page 40. And face the back of the sanctuary to welcome in Shabbat.
Be seated.
Before we're seated, we can stay standing and turn to the back of the room. This is the moment in our service when it is customary to welcome in the mourners. And we have with us here Carrie and Andrew and your mother Dawn and your children who have all been in mourning in the week of Shiva this past week for your father, your husband, your grandfather, Harris. And we welcome you back into the community with the words of comfort that Jews have been offering to mourners for thousands of years. We turn to page 41, the bottom of the page, and we recite in the Hebrew and in the English, Hamakom Yenachem Etchem B'toch She'ar Avelei Zion Yerushalayim. May the Holy One who comforts Israel grant you solace in your bereavement. We may be seated. As we conclude our Kabbalat Shabbat service, where we welcome
I'd like to invite up Renee and Mark, the parents of the Bar Mitzvah, to help us open the curtains of the Aron Kodesh. La da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da. Baruch Adonai Havorach Leolam Vod. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu Melech HaOlam Asher Bidvaro Ma'ariv Aravim Bechokma Potech She'arim Uvidvuna Meshane Itim Umachalif Et Hazmanim Umsader Et HaKochavim B'mishmerotehem Barakia Kirtzono Borei Yom V'Layla Golel Or Mipnei Choshech V'Choshech Mipnei Or Uma'avir Yom U'mevi Layla Umavdil Ben Yom U'Velayla Adonai Tzvaot Shemo El Chai V'Kayam Tamid Yimloch Aleinu Le'olam V'ed Baruch Atah Adonai Hamariv Aravim.
the ark is closed. We may be seated and turn to page 52.
Ahavata al tasir
lead us in the Shema on page 54. We cover our eyes for the first line.
Shema
Yisrael Adonai
Eloheinu Adonai Echad. V'ahavta et Adonai V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher Anochi Talecha hayom al levavecha v'shima b'beitecha uv'lechecha b'derech ושוכבך ופניך וקשתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בימיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך In the middle of the third paragraph of the Shema on page 58, we'll pick up 4 lines from the bottom in the middle of the line.
למען תזכרו עשיתם בכל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים אני אדוני אלוהיכם אדוני
Continue on page 60 to ourselves.
Eighth line from the bottom, Umalchuto will continue, and then Gabby will join us in leading the Michamocha. Umalchuto bratzone kiblu aleihem, Moshe v'nei Yisrael lechannu shira, besimcha rabba ve'amru chulam.
Michamocha la'elim Adonai, Michamocha nedar b'kodesh, Norah tehilot Hosefer.
Malchutecha ra'u v'necha, v'kayam lifnei Moshe, ze'eli anu ve'yamru. Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed. ונאמר כפר אדוני יעקב וגלו מיד חזק ממנו ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Sharkochech. Page 62, top of the page. Hashkibenu, help us to lie down in peace.
La 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 Ashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Leshalom Leshalom Amideinu Makeinu Lechaim Ve'amideinu Makeinu ופרוס עלינו סוכן שלומך, ותקננו בצד טוב ומחנך, ושינו משמח. ושמור צאתנו ובואנו, לחיים ושלום יצא מיד עולם, ופרוס עלינו סוכן שלומך, ברוך אתה אדוני, הפורס סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל עמו ישראל ועל ירושלים.
Amen. We turn to page 64, and Gabby will help lead us in Vishamru. We rise as we're able.
ושמרו עיני ישראל
Asa Adonai et hashamayim v'et ha'aretz
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לתורתם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש,
שבת ויהי נפש ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת.
Be seated, and we turn to page 66, Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה ואלמד יברח חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביום אחד ובחייתך בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יש מרב המברך ויעלם עולם מהיום העולם
יתברך
ויתברך וישתבח ויפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמר קודשה ברכו לעילה מן כה ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמידן מימה ואמרו amen.
We rise as we are able for the silent Amidah. We recite the Amidah on our own in the Hebrew or the English or the prayers of our hearts. It begins on page 69 and concludes on page 76.
As we conclude our meditations of our hearts, of the Amidah prayers, we invite everyone to join again with Gabby as we conclude with our message of hope, a prayer for peace, Oseh Shalom. You can find it on page 78 towards the bottom.
Oseh Shalom
B'Roma, Oyaseh Shalom.
Shalom b'Roma, Yaseh Shalom aleinu be'akol be'akol Yisrael ve'yimru Amen. Shar kochech. We rise as we are able and turn to page 90 for Kiddush, as we sanctify Shabbat over some sweet grape juice. All right.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvrason hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit ki hu yom tefillah l'mikrei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'hata ve'otanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha ve'ahava uratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Shkach. And I know that's a very special cup for Gabby's family. It's been present at many life cycle events, and it's so special that you're using it here today too. All right, we can be seated. Shabbat Shalom. One of the hardest, well, I'll say one of the most popular books in my household around the high holiday season this year is a book which has now been word. Anyone know what the hardest word is? Carrie knows, the kindergarten teacher. Yes? I'm sorry. The hardest word. And in fact, we see a reconciliation, a sorry moment that takes place in our Parsha, Vayechi, this week. Now, this Parsha is sort of the epilogue to the Joseph trilogy. We had 3 weeks of the Joseph story. We followed the saga as he was mistreated by his brothers, thrown in a pit, sold into slavery, ends up rising up to be second in command in Egypt. And we see as he reunites with his brothers, tests them, tortures them a little bit with his testing, and eventually brings both his brothers and his father, their whole family, to live near him in Egypt, where he can make sure that they are kept safe and fed during the famine. And our Parsha takes place years later. We see what precedes the death of Jacob, and finally, after Jacob dies, Joseph and his sons bring his body back to the land of Israel, and then they have a moment because now that their father is dead, Joseph's brothers are worried. Why are they worried? Why are they worried now? It has been years since they reunited with their brother. He hasn't done anything to them yet. Why are they worried?
Because the father is no longer there.
Great, David's got it. Now that Jacob is dead, maybe Jacob is what's been holding Joseph back from taking revenge on his brothers. Maybe he didn't want to harm his father, but now that his father is gone, maybe now's the time. So the brothers go to Joseph. We can actually take a look at this moment. It's in the big red book, the Eitz Chaim, that's in front of you. And you can turn, we're at the very end of the book of Genesis, chapter 50, verse 15. If you can follow along, that's great. If not, I'm going to read it to you. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, "What if Joseph still bears a grudge against us and pays us back for all the wrong that we did him?" Good question. So they sent this message to Joseph, and this So they sent this message to Joseph. Before his death, your father left this instruction. So shall you say to Joseph, "Forgive, I urge you, the offense and guilt of your brothers who treated you so harshly. Therefore, please forgive the offense of the servants of the God of your father." Okay. Okay, what do we not like about this apology? Okay, David says not real, yeah? Not genuine. Okay, what makes us so suspicious of this apology? What's missing? Yeah.
First of all, why did they have to wait until after the
Okay, great. So their timing is suspicious. If they really wanted to apologize, when would they have done it? Great, before they were fearing for their lives. Before their lives depended on it. Okay, so their timing is suspect. What else is suspect? Anyone? Yeah.
It seems impersonal.
Okay, it seems impersonal. What seems impersonal about it? Yeah, Eileen.
They're not apologizing. They're saying that it was their father.
Great. Great. So they're not even using their own words. Although actually, do we have any reason to think that Jacob said these words? Okay, so it may be their own words, but they are not taking responsibility even for these words. They're putting it on their father. Okay, great. So is there anything else that's missing in this apology? Great. The words "I'm sorry" would be really nice. Okay? We do have the words "please forgive," but that's not the same thing. Okay, anything else? What do we have in this apology? Anything good to say? Do we have an acknowledgement of wrongdoing? What do we have? What does it say? David has a good question. Would it ever have happened? It might never have happened. Great. So again, our timing is totally a problem here. The words we have, "Please forgive the offense of the servants of the God of your father." So is there some acknowledgement that they've done something wrong? Yeah?
Servants of the God of their father doesn't even say that it's them.
Great. Okay, so this is very tense. Why might Joseph be in tears?
Wanted so bad.
Okay. So he wanted this. He really, really wanted this. Okay. What else?
Coming from them, this was a big deal.
Okay.
To this extent.
So, great. So we may not like this apology, but let's remember what they did to him. What did they do to him? Tried to kill him, sold him into slavery. Okay, so this is a big deal. It may not be the best apology, but this is a step. And in fact, the action itself acknowledges that they know they did something wrong, right? They wouldn't be afraid for their lives if they didn't know they did something wrong. Okay. All right. Who here has ever had to apologize to someone for something? Okay. Who has found it easy? Yeah. Oh, very nice. Okay. Few of you. All right. Who's found it hard? Okay. Great. So the very act of apologizing is challenging. It's very hard. And there's a beautiful Dvar Torah by Aviva Richman where she talks about how hard that moment of apology really is. And as much as we would love to see the textbook apology spontaneous, not under coercion, I did something wrong, I feel terrible, I'm receiving of this apology. Is this forgiveness? How do we feel about Joseph's response? Joseph said to them, "Have no fear. Am I a substitute for God?" Oh, sorry, I skipped a line. His brothers went to them themselves, flung themselves before him, and said, "We are prepared to be your slaves." Okay, that's pretty dramatic. But Joseph said to them, "Have no fear. Am I a substitute for God? Besides, although you intended me harm, God intended it for good, so as to bring about the present result," i.e., he saved all of their lives by keeping them fed during a famine, "the survival of many people. And so fear not, I will sustain you and your dependents." Thus he reassured them, speaking kindly to them. So Joseph and his father's household remained in Egypt, and Joseph lived 110 years. Okay, is this forgiveness? No, I'm seeing some head shaking. Okay, yeah, Cherry.
With age comes wisdom. The older we get, the more we are willing to forgive.
Okay, the older we get, the more we're willing to forgive. Has Joseph forgiven, though?
Well, with his age now, he's ready to forgive.
All right, so you think he's ready? You think this is forgiveness, he's ready, he's able to let go of the harm. Okay, yeah, what do you think?
It sounds to me more like he's saying, he's putting his own emotions aside and saying, this is what God wanted as opposed to this is how I feel.
Great, so he's sort of intellectualizing this. He's saying, you know, it all worked out, maybe this is what God wanted, but his emotions are not present. Meaning his emotions might still be pretty negative. He hasn't let go, is this theory. He hasn't let go, but he's maybe willing to try to put that aside. Yeah.
Is it possible to think that, I know initially I said, well, he wanted it so bad.
Yeah.
Do you think the flip side might be true, that maybe he was crying because he knew that, wait, this is very genuine, it's not very sincere.
So maybe he's crying. Yeah.
Frustration.
So he's not forgiving them. He's frustrated, and this is sort of the best that he can muster up in response. Okay? Other theories? Yeah.
Does forgiveness back then necessarily mean what we think it means now?
then, now, I mean, I think relationships, I don't know that relationships are so fundamentally different. There's social convention, right? Clearly there's some formal language in here. That's social convention. But, you know, I think that great, so you're missing the language. You're saying, is there maybe some convention that this is how you apologize? Because this doesn't sound to me like an apology. That's what you're saying. Great, great, great. Okay, so it sounds like we have some thought that maybe he's moving on, but a lot of voices saying, well, he might be moving on, but he has not let go of this harm. Yeah, was that very, okay. So I want to go back to Aviva Richmond, Rabbi Aviva Richmond from the Hadar Institute, who had this lovely thought about what she calls unfinished reconciliation, and she calls this a messy apology. And she suggests that actually this story, it's not an apology and it's not forgiveness, but it is the way that the brothers were able to move forward. They were able to somehow coexist, to be civil to each other, even to take care of each other moving forward, even when they had this sort of unfinished business. And she said times in our relationships, we don't always get to that perfect apology, or at least we don't get there immediately. But there's an attempt going on. She thinks there's some sort of sincerity here. There's some sort of feeling. Can't quite get all the way there. But that the brothers wouldn't have come to Joseph if they didn't realize they really messed up. Right? So she calls this sincere, if unfinished, closure. And her suggestion here is that if we see maybe an imperfect attempt at reconciliation as still an important step in moving forward, maybe we can take that to heart in our own lives as well. Shabbat Shalom. We will turn now to conclude our service. We rise as we are able for Aleinu, and I will invite, you guys want to come back up? Okay, I'll invite Gabby's parents to come back up to open the ark for Aleinu.
Come this way.
Aleinu is on page 100.
Aleinu l'shabeach
Ladon hakol, latet gedula leotze b'reshit, shelo asanu kekoye haratzot, velo samanu kemishbechot ha'adama, shelo samachel kenu kahem, v'gor aleinu kecho hamonam, va'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שעונות השמיים ויסד ארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו וגובה מרומי כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל ועל הארץ והארץ מתחתנו אינו
ונאמר וחי אדוני הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו, ושמו, ושמו אחד, ושמו
You may be seated. Today, during the time of mourning, during Shiva, we lovingly remember Harris Mitchell and offer our condolences to his wife Dawn, to his daughter Carrie, and son-in-law Andrew, and to Brett and Morgan as well. May his memory be a blessing. During Shloshim, we also remember James George Guba, husband of Mildred, father of David and Susan, and grandfather of Jonathan, Jacob, Lauren, Billy, and Reagan. During this week of their Yortzites, anniversary of their deaths, we lovingly remember Larry David Weiner, Phyllis Berman, Joseph Schwartz, Jean Pashman, Richard Levy, Freddie Liskar, Miriam Littman, Aaron Nasielski, Pearl L. Staub, Maria Graciela Zevallos Faria, Samuel Rabinowitz, Rose Marcus, Boris Weinstein, Howard Most, Bluma Meyerson, Dr. Herbert Lipson, Roselle Pashko, Marcia Burstein, Jean Feldman, Rivka Perickman, Albert Silverman, Nathan Silverberg, Alan Fishman, Gilbert Gottesman, Ben Selesky, Ida Mae Resnick, Lillian Sharon, Shirley Brown, and Simon Steinberg. Are there any other Yortzites this week? Mourners and those observing Yortzeit, please rise as you are able, page 124 for the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei rabbah be'alma divrach v'rutei v'yamlich malchutei v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei Shmei Rabbah Mevorach Le'olam Olmei Olmaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitalev V'yithalal Shmei Dekudasha Brechu Le'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tush B'chata V'nechamata Ta'amiran Be'alma V'imru Amen. Yehei Shlama Rabbah Min Shemaya V'chayim Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom B'mromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu Ve'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. You may be seated. Okay. And do we have announcements? Lindsay Miller, our vice president, will offer up some announcements. I know, you guys are here in full force. Thank
you, Rabbi. Thank you, Cantor. Gabby, I remember you like running around here so little and looking. On behalf of the officers and the board and all of us, Mazel Tov to the Yarovsky family, Gabby, just beautiful, and I know tomorrow will be extra, extra special. Also on behalf of the board of directors and officers, our condolences again to the Spivak and the Mitchell family. our deepest sympathies and condolences. It may be cold outside, it might be snowing, it may be whatever, but things don't stop here. So we're very busy, as always, cooking with Cantor this week, right? Lunch and Learn coming up with Rabbi. We have Inclusion Shabbat on January 25th. That should be coming your way. Some details about that. MLK Day of Service, January 20th. Everybody's welcome to participate. Anybody have any other announcements that they'd like to make? Okay, well then I wish you warmth and Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Lindsay. And I will do an extra plug for my Lunch and Learn, just to say that Rashim, that's stories not have to be a woman to read texts by women. It's a Lunch and Learn, so it's bring your own bring your own cold lunch. We'll come, we'll eat together and enjoy some learning. So we'll conclude our service with Adon Olam. We turn in our Sidurim to page 128.
Adon Olam,
Asher malach, b'terek kol Yetzeni ra ding dong li'ed nasa, b'chef sokol, hazai melech shemo nikra Adon, v'yacharei kichlot hakol, le'ma'ado yimloch nora Adon Olam, ve'hu haya, ve'hu over, ve'hu yeh b'tifara Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher malach, b'terek kol, Yetzeni ra ding dong li'ed nasa, v'chef sokol, hazai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam, ve'hu echad v'yein sheni, lehamshilo Adon Olam, ve'li reshit, ve'li tachlit, ve'lo ha'oz ve'ha'misra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher malach, b'terek kol Yetzeni ra ding dong li'ed nasa, v'chef sokol, hazai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam, ve'hu eli, v'chai go'ali, v'tzorech libi yetzara Adon Olam, ve'hu nisi umanos li, menach kosi v'yom mekra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher malach, b'terek kol Yetzeni ra ding dong li'ed nasa, v'chef sokol, hazai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam, beyado akid ruchi, v'et ishan v'ya'ira Adon Olam, ve'im ruchi geviyati, Adonai li velo ira Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher malach, b'terek kol Yetzeni ra ding dong li'ed nasa, v'chef sokol, hazai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam. So rise together.
We rise and put our arms around each other.
Shabbat Shalom, Shalom, Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom u'mevorach. Good Shabbos, everyone. Shabbat Shalom.
Mazel tov, Shirkoach.
thank you.
How are you feeling? Okay. Oh, and we're all invited to join for Kiddush in the next room. We have some treats, but not through the middle door. So go on the side doors.
I've met before. I'm the guy who's destroying the railroad desk.
You